What's up, guys? Welcome back to another beautiful interview, and you guys already know who I have because we've been promoting pretty well, and I love this man because when I first started doing podcasts, he actually hopped on. And I do want to give a big shout out to Trad TV because that's how we met, and I always give an introduction of how we met because that's how it should be. And I think it's beautiful because when you learn to network in a different way, you never know the outcome. And the fact that I got a chance to meet him, this man has been globally all over the place. He's been dropping music left and right. Like, you've had maybe two projects since I met you. And it's, bro, it's beautiful, bro. It's country. Interview 78, man. Thank you for coming on, bro. Like, for real, man. It's a pleasure to even have you here because I know your time is of the essence. Like, or if I said that right, your time is very important. And I think the fact that you even took time out to come on the 𝙄𝙩𝙬𝙚 podcast just shows you're here to elevate because I'm here to pick your brain apart. You know what I'm saying? How you been, though?
Man, I'm great. Thank you for your time as well. Yeah, your time is valuable. Shout out to y'all time for watching right now. Yeah. Shout out to Frank in the cut his time as well. So I appreciate you for having me back. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it, man.
Yeah, man. So where are you from? I know we kind of covered it before, but like, where were you naturally born at? Like,
I was born in Charleston, South Carolina. Okay. Shout out to 151 Gordon Street, R.I.P. Miss Cash. Shout out to the whole Cash family. Born in Charleston, South Carolina. Raised in Hilton Head, South Carolina. Bluffton as well. Shout out to Exit 8. Exit 8 to Exit 33, you know what I'm saying? But yeah,
dude, that just shows how genuine he really is, because the fact that you can name the whole like detail of where you're from, it just shows you, bro. Because I asked a lot of people during these interviews, like, where are you from? And don't get me wrong, I like knowing like Goose Creek, you know what I mean? But where are you from? Like, so you represent it heavily, right?
Heavily. Shout out to Beaufort County. My daddy them from Savannah, so you know we from the whole area, you know what I'm saying? So,
what makes you feel like confident to be able to like speak up on it, like to even remember all that?
Because I know I'm gonna hear it. It's one day in the back end, like, oh, you don't got to shout us out and woo-de-woo. And it's only right that I shout out to the place that made me, that molded me, you know what I mean, that showed me everything, what to do, what not to do. So I got to give a big shout out to them every time, you know what I'm saying? So it's programming. I'm just programming. So
I've heard you say you were born in Charleston, but Hilton Head. So you've been all over, like the Low Country type deal, or have you branched off anywhere else? Because I see you've been in Atlanta before.
Yeah. I'm in we on tour right now. We on a graduation tour. So I'm in Atlanta. I'm based in Atlanta now. Just to
Is that starting to become second home for you?
I ain't gonna lie, I like it. The vibe is immaculate, man. So it's like it's just different. Shout out to South Carolina too, and both Carolinas. But you know the A is just. Matter of fact, I tell you that the other day I was at a restaurant. I was outside waiting. I forgot about that. Shout out to Six Black. I gave him a pound, man. I gave Six Black a pound. He was coming out the restaurant. Folks ain't even really was paying no attention. He had his baby with him, food, and I could have been the asshole that asked for a picture and blow it up. I was like, you know, I said, excuse me, brother. I like what you're doing, man. Keep it going. Gave him a pound. He said, I appreciate it.
And that's how you make it further in like what you're doing, because they remember that.
The only thing I was pissed was I didn't have no flyer on me for him to scan. I usually was gonna hit him with, I appreciate you, brother, but if you can when you get time, get an experience. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to Six Black. That's one of the many advantages of being in the A. We were just somewhere in Decatur, just chilling on the sidewalk. He just came through with his kid. Real cool dude. You know,
but no, your face card and your energy's strong, man. He remembers you. You know, so next time you see him, it's gonna be, you know, even better. So
I'm gonna tell him.
Yeah. That's crazy though. So like, I wanted to dig in. Where'd you go to elementary school? Did you go to elementary school in Charleston, or did you?
I went to Hilton Head Elementary. I went to the Children's Center. That's like pre-K and all that. Shout out to everybody who went to the Children's Center in Hilton Head. Then I went to Hilton Head Middle. Then I went to Hilton Head Elementary, Hilton Head Middle. Then and I went to HE with Kraken too. It was in Bluffton, like the 4th, 5th grade. That's how I got to know folks from Bluffton. So one year I went to Bluffton Elementary, got to meet some folks over there. Then for remaining of my education, I went to Hilton Head Middle and finished at Hilton Head High School. I could have went to Bluffton High, but the first year they built it, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna finish on the island. Graduated Hilton Head High School. You know, shout out to the Seahawks. Are they still the Seahawks? Yeah, I think they still the Seahawks. Yeah. The Seahawks.
Is there anything like memorable that you remember in elementary school though, like that stuck out the most? Because a lot of times, like even for me in 5th grade, I fell at the finish line. I know you guys are tired of hearing that, but it happened. Yeah, 5th grade, and I knew something was destined for it because like I was right at the finish line and I fell and I lost. You know how I remember it like yesterday. If you ain't first, you're last. Like it's you know.
I had something like that. It wasn't. I got two stories. First one was track. I didn't. I jumped one hurdle. You know what I'm saying? And you know, doing hurdles, you usually got to be on time. It's like 1, 2, 3 left, and you usually try to go with the same form every time versus switching legs if you have to. But I jumped one hurdle, and then I couldn't get my shit together, so I just walked the rest of the way down with my head down. No, you know what I'm saying? But an elementary joint, like that was my time at Bluffton Middle School. You know what I'm saying? I was I used to flirt with the girls over there too. So you know the kids over there didn't like it, the dudes over there. And it was like a scene out of a movie. It was like, yo, it was like after school something, and then it was in the hallway. It's like when slow motion, it was like a group of guys they was about to give it to me, you know, and I was just backing like that, and I ain't gonna lie, my grandma came out of nowhere and said like, hey, she was like my superwoman that day. She said, hey, what y'all doing? Right. And got there, broke them up. She came, she had like her women's suit on, and she earrings and shit like this.
Hey, that's a real
flashy,
one,
like that memory sticks out to me to this day. Like she's always been there for me, but that was the one. Elementary,
and I just wanted to ask because like some people don't realize it, but elementary school and middle school and all that stuff kind of made us who we are now. You know, as much as our family's important, that's kind of where we've been our whole lives.
Now, I will give you that because I did a lot of arts and craft, and like we was in plays and musicals and stuff like that. And I no lie, my 3rd grade teacher, I still gotta go and see who she was. She randomly messaged me the other day like, oh, I've been looking for you, found you. On some long lost shit, so she's happy to see. I think her name is Catherine. Shout out Miss Catherine. I'll show you the DM when I finish.
That's cool though, man, and you honestly deserve it because of the energy you put out. It's always going to come back, and I feel like since I've met you within the last year and a half or so, you've only put out positive energy. Like seriously, and even hearing dance. You know what we were listening to? You've grown, bro. Yeah. Like you just didn't stay stagnant. You could still be in that lane, and now your music is like heavily. It inspires people. I see my friends, which I know you're big in Charleston and stuff, or even globally, but it's like I see friends that I never knew listen to your music. I'm like, dang, it's big. Shout out to PJ Collins. I'm not afraid of
PJ, man.
You probably don't even. That's what I'm saying. How big it is.
You said PJ?
Yeah, you might know him. But it's crazy, man, and life's beautiful. So let's dig into a little bit of high school because we did talk about middle school. I feel like middle school is kind of the same as elementary school, kind of in a way. But like, do you remember anything in high school that kind of like transpired you to know that you're gonna make music, or were you going in a different career path at the time?
I would say it was either middle school going into high school. Me and my man, shout out Jamal Simmons. We dropped we was recording on my man's computer. We was all freestyling and shit at Melvin Hamilton house. Shout out to goddamn Melvino Diamond, T Diamond. You know what I'm saying? We dropped a project, me and Maul dropped a project called The Mayor and the President. You know what I'm saying? I was the mayor, he was the president, we were just freestyling. And that got a little, we didn't really take it serious, but it got folks.
How old were you?
I ain't gonna lie, we was in our teens. I remember that. That was around the era when we used to ride bikes to McDonald's and go crazy off the dollar menu.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Was that like the SoundCloud era or LimeWire era?
Shit, boy, that was motherfucking, might have been Napster.
Yeah. I don't even know what that is, but bro.
I'm telling you my age, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like before I used to pass CDs out, like I used to have the crazy. I'm from the era of being outside, like you know what I'm saying. So
I can see it, man. You put a lot of work, and I feel like you've honestly like the advertising side. You know what Napster is, Frank?
You know that? Damn!
It's the cat.
It's
the cat on the windows.
Damn.
Okay. No, I remember that. I just never I'm not gonna lie.
You didn't get that
I wasn't in that era.
That was from that. You got to download this shit. You might get a virus on your shit. Shut it down.
Yeah.
It was all of that.
I knew FrostWire, LimeWire. Like I knew all that and stuff. And MySpace. I mean,
you know LimeWire too.
Yeah, LimeWire.
But the LimeWire had a bigger brother too. But yeah, they got somewhere. But yeah, you know what I mean. We've been going for a while now.
Yeah, no, that's what I was trying to say before we were talking. Is like I feel like you've caught up to the social media. Like you know how some people that age now. I'm not trying to like grasp on your age part, but it's like some don't even know how to advertise themselves. You know, and I feel like you perfected that because like I wake up every day and I see country on tour, Country and Friends, new music. Give me one more chance. I was telling Frank like. I got it stuck in my head, but that's maybe because I'm just like I'm doing advertising too. But you know, you're doing a good job, man. Like it's cool, and you wouldn't even know, like you know what I'm saying, like that you were in that era. So like, how did you even maintain to like I want to say like get better and not stay stagnant, but like change. Like how'd you adapt to the new generation?
That's
a weird question.
It really is like that saying, everything get fine with time. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like the older I get, the better I get. You know what I'm saying? I feel I'm the best I've ever been. I'm better than my 10 years ago that self, or even 20 years ago. And that's not even off no physical. It's just the mental and what I know, the confidence I got. The nose you were talking about, the nose you got, you've endured during your process. Is like all that is motivation, because I just got to be right once. Everybody's got to be right one time for everybody to follow suit. You know what I'm saying? And so it's just. What was the question again? Bring it back to me.
So basically, I was asking, how were you able to grasp on to the next generation?
To stay relevant, and it's just the universe. Like I look back at my whole process, I've somewhat reinvented myself. Like I started at LPK, then that was 𝙄𝙦𝙬𝙚𝙬 I used to do a lot of things. Used to hold a different lifestyle. Right. You know what I mean, they just call me 𝙄𝙦𝙬𝙬 Shorty. But I say, my name is Country, so it's 𝙄𝙦𝙬𝙬
Yeah.
LPK, that was my original artist name. Then I dropped it to, let's switch it to Low Country. And I was rocking that for a minute.
But like, what gave you, and I don't mean to cut you off, but what gave you like the drive? Was it like you just woke up and you felt like, I need to make a change? Because bro, people stay the same forever. You know what I mean? Like you know how to manage like what is different. Like
it wouldn't nothing specifically happen. It was just, like I said, everything just naturally. Like the human body reinvents itself every 7 years. You'll shed skin and all the extra stuff. So it's like, if you in line, you'll naturally gravitate to everything, and it'll just line up. Like it wasn't nothing specifically like that. It's just I know I can do. You can, like, you hear something, I know I can do better than that, or you see something like, I can really.
It could always be better.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just somewhat naturally, but just come from just doing it every day. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, shit, if I ain't getting better doing something every day, something wrong.
And some people would want to know, because I mean, it's hard, bro. I've known, like, even you would think out like Lil Pump, like, bro should have reinvented his name. You see what I mean? Because he did, not saying he was very talented, but he had the hype. So if he would have changed his name and done something different, maybe he could have had a successful career. So that's why I wanted to ask you, because I feel like it's like a butterfly in a cocoon. Like, you shed it off and then you're like a fresh start, let's go harder. And I feel like the push that you've been making now has been successful. Like, people know who Country is.
And I appreciate that.
You know what I mean? So
it really just came from just doing something different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was with my man, was at what was that, Purple Buffalo, and my man, who I've been knowing for years, he was like, this the most he ever seen folks interact with me, like, out socially, since he's been with me. It was like, man, folks, they know what I got going on. I guess it's the character, I guess it's the music. It's
your energy, man. So, so it's beautiful. So let's talk about the graduation, though, because you got a few hits off there, bro. You got Give Me One More Chance. There's I heard you singing Perfecto earlier, or is it Perfected? Perfecto.
Which one that was?
And then there was another song that I liked on it that I want to say I remember, but I can't, because every time that I listen to your music, I end up falling back to dance. And then, like, your old rhythm music and stuff. Cause I listen to a lot of music a day. Like, I was showing you Asher 23, shout out to Asher. I got, like, so many local people I'm in love with their sound, their talent, their energy, their consistency. And that's what I go based off of. Because, as you can tell, I got to remember these questions. So I can't, you know what I mean? I got to store all that, and then I still got a life. So, no, but, like, what was your favorite track off graduation? Like, what was the most impactful one? Like, what would you say is one that you would show to anybody that you met? Maybe in LA, because you were just there too. You got one song.
Another Love Story.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And that was a good push too, man. And I think it's beautiful. Like, where'd you find that sound? Like, where'd you find the tap into that type of, I wouldn't say genre, but just that energy you give now, because it's different compared to a dance like I was playing before.
All production wise come from Grown Man. Shout out my engineer, Grown Mixed Management. That's the process we go through. Like, when we go somewhere to record, like, I really don't hear the music. Same as The Heat of the Night, I didn't hear any of the music, or I didn't hear any of the beats production-wise beforehand. Didn't have any of the hooks, nothing. It was just, he played it. All right, and let me go to work, let me cook up. Same thing as the graduation. Yeah. So all production, he didn't make the beats, he didn't produce them. He just selected. Yeah. So shout out to all the producers on The Heat of the Night and the graduation. But as far as the composing and putting it together, like, that's just me myself and my engineer Grown mixed it. He picks the beats. He'll find them.
Do you feel like you had to be open-minded to start this new type of music that you've been pushing? Because, like I said, it's easy to stay stagnant. You know what I'm talking about, because everybody goes through it.
But that goes back to, I wanted to add on that when you asked me how the relevancy of reinventing myself. It's just you got to be able, with anything, you got to be able to make a decision to go left, if as much as you don't want to go left. You know what I'm saying, at that moment. But going left instead of continue going right, you know what I'm saying, for the long run is better for you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm willing to do anything at a split moment and not feel no type of way about it. As much as I may want to do. I still want to do the type of the dance and all that boppy something, but everybody's doing that. You know what I'm saying? So it's
true.
like, I got to get back to doing stuff that folks is not doing.
Right. Being different.
And once I get that yes, I can go back to doing what everybody else is doing. Or I might not want to fall into that trap. It's like, all right, I got too comfortable now. I'm doing what everybody else doing. I'm losing my razzle.
Right.
So
it's a strategic thing to do. You know, or like, you know, all the throughout the music industry, because it's different in the podcast.
Yeah.
And it's different in the gaming. It's different in everything. So like, how do you feel like you draw a big being different in your type of genre? Because I think nobody's in your lane, to be honest.
From what I've been hearing from other artists, what they get from other artists, like I've been hearing lack of performing and this, that, and the third, and you know, so I just know we coming full circle. I'm giving you a character. I'm definitely gonna give you a show and show out, and the music good too. The music is at least is decent. So those three, like, I don't know what else you want from me. You know, so what else you would like? Goddamn, that's a mean combo right there. You got a good 3-piece, 2-piece, and a drink.
Right.
Go ahead somewhere now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Pack that shit up, man.
Especially at the end of the show, you know, when you finish the soda at the end and it goes like.
You know what I'm saying? You had a good meal. You know what I'm saying? Then the extra, the whole experience is the biscuit. You got your biscuit with your honey on it. That's what we get. That's what we delivering. So, and I got a whole. I'm in character right now. I don't really know too much. I'm taking it back to the essence, like. I don't know too many folks who off that, so. No,
that's why I say, like, you're in your own lane. Like, I told you before air, too, it's like, you're probably the biggest artist in Charleston right now.
Damn!
As much as I want to say, like, you know, shout out to Long Money Phil, like, I love him. And
shout out to Phil and boys, the
but it's like, you're doing everything in the genre of what you should do.
Shout out to the West. Shout out to the whole West. Shout out to the West.
And that's why I make it, and I could show your music to my kids if I ever had a kid.
And that's the goal. You know
you win. Love will always win. Like, I'm not saying this Charleston is not bad. Like, I love Mike Brown. You're about to perform with him. I love Mike Brown.
Beasley.
Been listening to him for a while. I love Asher Jordan. I love 𝙄𝙣𝙩𝙚𝙬𝙀. You know, I love Ascari Turf's lingo. I love Crucial BGR. He was good. I like a few of his songs. Like, there's a few people I could tell you, but it's like, you really, like, since I've met you, you've done, like, you're someone I would look up to. And I think that's why you're, you know. I
appreciate that. That's why I really fought with the city, because it give me opportunities outside of the low country where I'm at to indulge in the other crafts of other artists as myself. You know, like you said, the Crucials, the Mike Browns. So because really I wasn't too familiar with them until the underground and lo-fi put it together. Now we get to indulge in these other crafts and melting pot and get to take from and add to. So you know what I'm saying.
Have you ever thought about collabing with any of the people that I referenced?
Man, they open for it. You know what I'm saying. But it just got to line up sonically. You know what I'm saying. Because I know we
everybody's
like
on different paths.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But I'm all for it. But it's like
a Mike Brown and country, that would be kind of tough.
It'll happen. You know what I'm saying. Because I feel like I'm big off if they wanted it to happen, it would happen. Because I'm open for it. You know.
And some people just don't know how to like network, you know. And I'm not saying not everybody does, but some people really just don't know how to network. Like, and everybody knows their value.
It's hard.
It's really hard, and that's why I thought about doing music management. A lot of people have been hearing me say it, but it's like more of just being able to make that sound come together. I don't care about the check and all that other stuff that comes. It's making the sound. Like, we need a Michael Jackson. We need the Bobby. We need all that back. What happened to it?
Matter of fact, since you're speaking on the management, I would like to entice a duty when you go see my man with the grill. Goddamn, plug me in and make that connection.
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying, man. I want to be able to like help people, man, and like I need to ask you who you connect, because like I feel like you've been Atlanta, you went to Miami, ATL, New York, right?
New York.
Dude, you went everywhere, bro. How was that?
It's an experience. We having a time. It's just like, man, I'm able to do it. I'm in a position to instead of waiting on to get on somebody's tour or waiting for folks to come knocking, I'm going to put myself in that position.
So how was that brought about? Was that just something you were just chilling with Grown and you were like, let's get this moving, or
we were just speaking. Everything you see right now leading up to this goddamn interview is just us speaking things, riding and laughing and just talking about shit and putting it on the whiteboard, putting it on the whiteboard and checking that motherfucker off. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's really just goes back to doing stuff that folks is not doing. You know what I'm saying? Like folks is gonna wait to get on somebody's show, or if they feel like I ain't gonna do a show, folks not gonna pay me. So it's like, man, I'm putting the money up just to go do some shit out in a whole nother city. You know what I'm saying? Just to test it, just to touch the folks brick by brick. So when I do get big, they can remember like, hey, I saw him such and such. Right. I remember he gave me a flyer. He gave me a flyer personally. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we doing.
What is some advice, or even just something you would give somebody who's trying to get into, let's say, the mainstream music? Because you're well on the way there, man. Like, for real. I definitely see your music in a movie next year. Like, no cap, bro.
I'm grateful for that.
Because Spider-Man, if they keep making another one, they're gonna hit you up.
Man, I heard that new project Metro Boomin did. I ain't gonna lie, that was great.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I listened to the one with the Offset. You ever heard that?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. That thing is hard, bro.
I think that was him and Jid, I think.
Jid, bro. Shout out to them too. Like, I can't wait to be able to talk to these people and ask them, like, how do you get that vibe? Like, I know it's just like a one thing, like that's just you, like you're one of a kind, because nobody's ever gonna recreate country. You see what I'm saying? Like, nobody will ever bring the vibe, the same type of energy, the same thing. Because, bro, since I met you, like, I know you said earlier you're in character, but like, your character isn't, you want to feel like it is a character because you're genuine yourself. Like, I feel like it's starting to take over who you genuinely are, because that's what you're trying to push.
Because then really the only difference is I just got the
but that's still hard. Like, it's like, I remember I think you were in Miami, you were walking and you were like, somebody walked by. I can't remember. I think it was a music video. I could be wrong, dude. I've seen so much of your stuff.
Oh, matter of fact, I was down at with the elder young lady.
Yeah, dude.
We was on the boardwalk.
Yeah, dude. I was like, dude. See, like, I have that vividly, and if I can remember that, dude, you're doing a great job.
That's big. That was halftime. You shoot a halftime low.
Yeah,
we was on the boardwalk.
That's why I couldn't remember the songs already, because I have like all these. Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. That's why I'm proud of you. I was nervous even doing this before, because you're one of my favorite people locally, and. How long we been trying to do this, bro? I've been telling you, like...
So it's like, cause we both been busy, and so it's like, but the universe will have its way of aligning things.
I feel like it has, man. And so I do want to kind of talk about your new, it was part of your album, but you made a new music video that just dropped yesterday.
We did One More Chance. One More Chance. Before One More Chance, it was You, and before You, it was Another Love Story, and before Another Love Story, we gave you the short film to the graduation, about 20 minutes long. That was really my experience going to HBCU with the trials and tribulations, with a twist of how I pushed it through, you know what I'm saying? But One More Chance is the latest record, you know what I'm saying? We got the contest, the One More Chance contest / giveaway. I got $1,000 to the best HBCU PWI who can come up with the best fraternity or sorority stroll, or the best band riff. They can do a video to it, 30, 60 seconds, tag me in it, listening to the One More Chance. I got a giveaway for you, but that's the focus record right now. We've been getting a lot of good feedback on that record, so we're going with a big push on that. CJ the DJ down at 94.1 The Beat of Savannah, be going crazy out there with that. Shout out to them. So, you know.
So, like, how'd you come about with making, like, not just the song, but the music video behind it? Like, I know that you had the graduation, you even had a movie behind it. We tried to make it. I do want to kind of tell the story. Me and Frank were trying to make it. I think something crazy happened, and then we didn't pull up until like 7 or 8, and then we made it towards the end. No, it's not good, actually. We were speed demon. Me and Frank were like trying to get there. So it's
that's like a performance, though, right?
Yeah. So that's all. You know, I'm just glad we got a chance to make it, because, like I said, I really wanted to be part of your legacy, man, and I know Frank would too, because it's like, bro, I'm proud of you, man. Like, for real. Like, you could have gave up when I last saw you.
Nah, man.
You know what I'm
saying? Too easy. That's
or you could have just stayed local.
This shit too easy, and the other side of it is like, once you give up with this shit, you got folks asking you, then they so concerned, like, oh, what you got going on? Like, damn, man, you should have kept it going. It was like, man, I don't even need to do that. And I know they got to deal with them getting them visions and them thoughts and not exercising on them. That's all I'm doing. I'm exercising my right to, not to vote, but to exercising my right to create, because the shit it come to me. And if I don't exercise on it, go to somebody else who's gonna use it. So
that's a fact.
I'm really like, I don't want to run into that again. Like, I'm not in motion. I'm not creating. That's when I'm doing my art. Art is in the motion. In anything, you got to stay moving. Because the moment you sit down, you get to think. Ain't nothing wrong with sitting down and taking time out. But that's when you get to sit in all your sorrows and all the extra shit that really don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? So it's best to stay moving, man.
Stay in the flow, which I feel like you do, man. I feel like a lot of people wouldn't even know that you would have that type of negative vibe because you're always so positive. You know what I mean?
I override it, man. I'm training myself every day and every way. I get better and better. I am great.
You do jump ropes every morning. I tap in with this man.
I challenge y'all to the jump rope challenge. Facts. I'm going 20 minutes. I just got the 30 minutes, so you can do whatever you want to do for however long. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? And I got 2 of them for my nephews. As soon as I leave here, I'm about to go drop them off to Man and Jew. Shot the Man and Jew, trying to keep them right too. But it's just how I feed myself physically, mentally, spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Sonically.
Right.
I try to keep it as positive as possible. You get your negative stuff in there too, but it's like you got to catch it. You can always catch the negative, and it's up to you to indulge. You can hang up on that shit. Like, you know what, I ain't fooling up with y'all today.
Right.
So I'm out of it. I'll gratefully bow out. You know.
No, and I'm proud of you, man. Because some people don't think like that. A lot of people think violently, or feel like they should do some type of way to retaliate, you know, because somebody's done something to them.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't like yelling. Like, when I even scream at something, I can get in that mode, but my voice will get the crack and it hurt. Yeah. The only time I can yell is when I'm expressing sonically, musically. Right. I can in the booth or something, but like being angry is like I ain't gonna lie, I don't even got the attitude.
You think your music has played a big part in that? Because what if you weren't doing music? You think you would be negative and angry all the time?
No. Because really, everything, the music and everything is just spilling over for who I am as a person. You know what I'm saying? Like, just I would do this shit whether the camera on, the camera off. I'm gonna get gassy. I'm gonna get grounded. I'm gonna talk to myself nice. It's just me figuring out and adding knowledge to who I am and applying it. You know what I'm saying? Consistently. And really discipline myself, you know what I mean? Like I say, to keep my antennas up to catch the bullshit, you know.
Do you have anything that you would say like kind of made you who you are now? Because we all go through different things. Ooh, my belly. Like I'm hungry. I had orange juice, but like anything that you've been through that kind of made you who you are now to like shape you into the person that the way you think, or you know what I'm saying? Because like. Not trying to say you probably had a peaches or cream life, but obviously something might have happened that like made you look at life differently. I could tell you mine, but that's a whole nother interview.
I ain't gonna lie, I had both. I had the opportunity to be peaches and cream, and I had the opportunity to see what the other side is.
So it was a choice. You feel
like it was both. You know what I mean? Because I had to. Because on the peaches and cream, it's like, all right, everything's so good. You and I'm an only child too, so it's like I'm the only boy. I was spoiled by my grandparents. I could have had anything I want, but I knew that come with a cost. I got to do what they say, how they do it. You know what I'm saying? But still, like, if I wasn't doing right, you still get your ass cut and all that shit. But then I also got to know, like, all right, I want my own shit too outside of that. So let me figure out how can I do it. And the way I was thinking back then, it wasn't suitable. But you know, everybody go through it. And I got to see, like I said, both sides. I got to know. I got to shake hands with the president at a young age. And I got to goddamn be in the spot with folks, goddamn, like I said, outside. You know what I mean?
So you don't get starstruck anymore like that? Like, would you say that if you were to met, like, who is your favorite artist or even just inspiration?
Favorite artist, inspiration? I don't know. I wouldn't get starstruck, you know, but I like the Andres, the Futures, you know.
I would get starstruck, you know what I'm saying?
But it's like,
I ain't gonna lie.
But it's like you can, but you can't. You got to keep the composure because you don't want to fall into just another person.
Yeah.
So like the other day, I saw 6 Black.
Yeah, that's why
I could have blew up his spot, but I kept it real composure to where him and his family not jeopardizing. You know, I still got the you know what I'm saying? So,
exposure, and
you know what I mean. And I felt good with that. Like, damn, but it was more so of damn. I'm in the A, boy, it's opportunity around. Yeah. And it's like, damn, I had the opportunity to give him a flyer, but I wasn't prepared.
Yeah.
So that lets
everything
me know,
happens for a reason.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But it also lets me know proper preparation, it prevents poor execution or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's just
I think you did the right thing, man, for real. I know you know, but it's for real, because I've been in the same position.
Because the person I was with, they didn't even know who he was. They're like, who that? They didn't pay no attention.
Right.
So it's like, all
Shout out to Lodi. I have had that happen at, you ever heard Red Rocks, Colorado?
Oh, that's what the whole college.
Yeah, dude, it was beautiful. I saw Lodi. He's with Wiz Khalifa, Taylor Gang, just walking through the crowd. Nobody said anything, and I'm like, yo, what the heck? Like, so it's real, man. If you really just come up with a good take a picture if you can, and call it that. Because a lot of people go, oh my God, can I get your signature? Can I do this? Are you trying to get to that level personally though?
For sure.
Would you enjoy that?
For sure. I was in the restaurant. Swear to God, this was yesterday. The day before yesterday, I was telling somebody like shit gonna be to the point where we can't even dine like this no more. You know what I'm saying? And it's like she was asking, well, how? I don't this, that, and the third, and I was like, well, we tried it so many years, not just regular shit. Let's try some superstar shit. You know what I'm saying? We got always dining and get somebody to come and get it, but it's like that's how big I wanted it to be. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
No, and it will be, bro. Like you said earlier, time is everything, bro. Because if you really do it really right, which I feel like you have, then everything's just gonna compile onto the. You know what I mean? What do you have next for yourself? Like, what do you see yourself in a couple of years? Like,
it's like the answer to that is like I don't really. I'm so been trying to focus on staying in the moment because I know putting that expectation on the future bring anxiety, and putting that much exorcism on the goddamn past bring depression. Mm-hmm. So I really just been focusing on now and the moves I got, and whatever comes is just from my decision that I'm making at this moment now. So I know my my decisions prior got me here. So it's like in the next few years may we be global, and I can really take care of myself and my family off my endeavors and provide opportunities to others to succeed or branch out, or you know what I'm saying. But next few years, man, I'm trying to be untouchable. You know what I'm saying? Not even untouchable, but anybody can get touched, but not as accessible. Like
right.
We top notch, we top tier, A-list, B-list at least. You know what I'm saying? A-list status, like. And a proper and great example of something that came out of South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Because we got so many great, but it's just we need to light on all those greats and those who are trying to be great as well. Because it's like,
what do you think is like holding people back? Like, what is something that you would maybe try to help people artist-wise on trying to excel to the next level? Because I knew I asked it earlier, but like I'm kind of like a more prominent answer. Because there's kids out there, like I know a few who are really trying to be an artist, but it's like some people aren't meant to do that. Some people are meant to do, there's everybody's on this earth to do their duties, if that makes sense, like to fulfill their purpose. Like there needs to be doctors, there needs to be lawyers, you know what I'm saying? So like, what is something you would tell someone maybe battling to find themselves in music or their sound, or you know what I'm saying? That was a long question, but...
Nah, balance their sound and balance, find...
Well, just being able to, like, because some people don't know their sound. Like, I feel like you found your sound. Like, you're going to stick with what you got now because I can see it in your rhythm. Like, I can see it in your flow. I can see it in the promotion. So, like, what would you suggest anybody who's trying to find, their music?
All that shit is really, like you said, me finding it just really come from me continuously and consistently fucking with it. It's my thing. Like, it's not a hobby every day, and it'll just happen. You know what I mean? You can't put no time on it. Some will, some won't, but it's really just fucking with it. That's what you want to do, and have a budget together.
Like do you write, like, maybe journal your lyrics in a journal, or
no, like
freestyle?
Everything is really how I'm feeling at the moment. It's just coming from past experience or at that moment, what it's telling me, what the beat's telling me.
Do you think that's why music isn't probably the same anymore? Like, because you would think, like, back in the day, Biggie would sit there and write in a journal, or, you know what I mean? All these people would do, like, lyrical sketch pads. Eminem, you've seen A Mile where he's writing in the notebook. Like, I feel like that's not more common anymore. Do you think that might have played a big role in music nowadays?
Yes and no, but that depicts on the individual, the artist itself, and with their that depicts on what their dish is, you know what I'm saying? Because the dish might not be even worthy having a message behind it, or to be written. But and then my personal thing is like I used to write, I still like to write, goddamn. But I know it's a difference from when I'm writing when I'm writing it in that moment, wherever I'm at, to when I get in the studio, the emotion is totally different. Or I'm trying to remember the cadence. I'm trying to remember, damn, how I said, you know what I'm saying, how I did it in that moment. Then that versus, I'm giving it to you in this moment, whatever I came up with it, and I like it, and we don't need to go back. We don't need to find something else. You know, we liked it. All right, we going forward. Versus, I don't really like that bar. I gotta cook up a whole nother bar. And don't forget, I'm on studio time.
Yeah, that's probably where
I take it back. That's a catch-22, because if you got your shit together, you know what I'm saying, you good on studio time. Because I know what I'm doing, but you run into the risk of not having the emotion, and you sound like a robot.
Yeah, that's that part, the robot part.
You know what I'm saying? Versus I'm in the studio, but my thing is like how it don't take me long to record. If I know my hook, or I take that back. That's how I used to do it. If I come up with a hook and I hear the beat, all I need is my first 4 bars in the studio for me to cook up with, or I already know in my mind this is how I'm coming on the song. Then I'll cook up as we go. But it still don't take me long going out how we doing now. How I don't hear the beats beforehand until then. So it really depends on the artist. Like I'm well seasoned, so you know.
You ever like been in a studio with another artist, and you don't have to say who they are, but like just been like, how is this considered music? Because we've all probably had crazy encounters, you know, like, especially in podcasts. But it's like,
yeah, no, because I don't really like. I fuck with everybody, but it's like I don't really be. I know what I do, so let me keep it like that. Because I ain't got time to be trying to get your paperwork and trying to get you for the video, and like I said,
it's a lot of work.
Yeah, because like folks say they want to work, but when it's how I work, all right, what we doing for the cover art, what we doing for the video, how we promoting it. I haven't met too many artists who offer that as well. Yeah. So
some aren't to that level like you, man. You're excelling like different things that people have never seen. That's why I give you the full like flowers of you're one of the best artists. And
but I also feel like I don't see how. You know what I'm saying? Because I really just studied the playbook of any artist who I like. I'm saying if it's Future, whatever Future doing, just an example. Or
I think it's faith in yourself, man, and a good team. Like, if you have that, then you're always going to win, man. And you're really genuinely doing this out of love. Like, as much as you want to be popping and stuff, it's like, you're not going to just stop because you only got 10 likes on Instagram.
Oh, for sure.
You know, some people really quit because I've heard it.
I'm going to do this shit if I get 1.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
1 million.
And that's why I give you my flowers, bro. Like, I give you, not saying you ever had it, but it's like I will see you always every day. Like, since I first met you, I have not stopped seeing you. Compared to, like, not downplaying anybody. I love all the interviews I've done. You know, we're at 78. But it's like, I know some who've kind of stopped. I know people who stop. I know artists who just stop, who tell me they're on the hiatus. Are they on the hiatus?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, that's the worst thing you can do as an artist. You can take your breaks, but like just completely stop, because the hardest thing as an artist is cranking that car back up.
Right.
And getting the folks to believe in you again. Like you say, oh, you stopped last time, well, how long you gonna go on this one? You ain't give me you know what I'm saying? So
that's why I give you my flowers, bro. And I know you guys know who this is, and especially if you made it this far, you know why you tapped in. And I appreciate you even hopping on and spreading some gems and teaching people, the youth, or not even just the youth, but teaching the young kids about music. Because like I've been tapping in with the young kids, man. Okay. And like I know a lot of people who are young who are trying to make music, but I feel like some people don't know the path of like how to do it. You know, and I don't know if we covered it a little bit, but I'm glad you answered those last bit of questions, because like that's different for me to ask artists. I'm normally in the lane of like, who's your favorite rapper, or like, you know what I mean? Like the generic questions.
I say the main thing is have a budget together. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have a budget, at least get with an investor, somebody who believes in it, and then having a plan. And if you don't have either of those things, like if you know a lot of folks, like you might know a lot of folks, and that's your marketing team right there. So you know what I'm saying? A lot of times you really don't gotta spend no money, you know what I mean? After a while, you put enough work in, like, should have just opportunities will present itself, you know what I'm saying? But it's good to have some paper with you to invest in yourself in the market outside of what you got going on. Because that's the stage I'm at now. It took me a long time to realize that. Like, I could have just been focused on South. That was my goal for a long time, to have my name known in South Carolina. Right. And, like, after that, it was like, all right, I thought it'd be more, like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, we did it.
No, right.
But it's like, now we gotta go for the world now. No. So it's like, that's what we're focusing on, getting this international to the world, global, Going global.
Performing, because you got a performance coming up this Saturday. Or is it Friday or Saturday? I think it's Saturday.
I believe it's Saturday. Yeah. That's August 12th. We at Lo-Fi Brewery. Shout out to the Underground
Country and Friends, right?
Country and Friends.
You able to discuss? You got Mike Brown. Who else do you have?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't even know.
No, that's all good. That's why I was curious. It just got announced too.
Yeah,
so
you know
it's new. And I think it's just beautiful that you're branching out here because you've already been traveling. So it's you could be doing stuff somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Do you want to perform anywhere else other than?
I want to perform everywhere I can.
Well, do you have like a dream, like maybe Hard Rock Stadium? You know the SpongeBob thing where you're performing.
That's crazy. I ain't never thought of it like that. I had a dream.
What?
Maybe the Apollo and do the wood shit, old school shit.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I'm just grateful for any opportunity to showcase what I got and to give folks an experience. You know what I'm saying? Like
I could see you at a Super Bowl halftime.
That would be big too.
Dude, that would be halftime. Huge. I could see your music. That's what I'm saying. I have high hope for your music.
That's on my list. If I can either do an NBA halftime show, championship would be love. Or just an NBA. Well, we did a shout out to DJ Chuck T. I did perform inside of an NBA stadium. But
it was the Charlotte Hornets, right?
Charlotte Hornets, shout out to Hornets, y'all tap in.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's something you put that on my bucket list. Perform at a halftime show. Preferably halftime lover at halftime on a Super Bowl game, man. Oh man.
Bro, you will, bro. You just gotta keep going, which I already know you will, man. And like the fact that you have this mindset of like, I wouldn't say advertising yourself well enough, but just like I said earlier, the team, the never giving up, and then the love that you give out. Because I feel like you support a lot of people, and you don't get the flowers that you deserve.
It's all good. Shout out to my team. Shout out to Grown Mixed It. That's my bubba. Shout out to, and I want to give a big shout out to Miss Jones, your favorite artist consultant. She has a lot of the back end, like the song trust and song registration, the shit that folks look over, you know what I'm saying? They want the money, but then they don't got their paperwork right. Yeah. Shout out to Ms. Jones. May you be doing right over there on the back end. I appreciate you. Love you to life. You know what I'm saying? That's my team. Shout out to all my videographers and my producers, and shout out to all my media personnel and wonderful media outlets such as Rise to Elevate and the plethora of others who we indulge with and promote with and market with. So
and shout out to you, bro.
It's really y'all. I do this shit for the folks so they can know how to do it, and I do this shit, you know what I mean, really for y'all too, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all help me promote this shit, man.
And that's what we're here to do,
it's
bro.
It's a damn Monday morning, man. We could be in someone's office where I had, had gotten to give me a time to get my gift going out to the world.
Yeah, no, it's a fact. That's why I was nervous before this interview, because I felt the energy about to happen. And I'm not trying to downplay any of my other interviews, but bro, I could keep going. Like I really have a lot more questions.
I mean, you can ask me, because I guess we can bust this shit down.
But it's more of like I save it for the next one, and we'll have more time because now we know who you are, you know. And so we're gonna end it off with the last two questions. But where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on social media at Superstar Country. That's my Instagram tag. That's Superstar KUNTRY. That's my Instagram tag. You can go to my website lowcountry.com. Find us on YouTube, country, type in country, plethora of content will pop up.
And your graduation movie's out, right?
Graduation out right now. That's on my YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and like and everything, because we're doing giveaways. We always doing give backs to our new subscribers. Welcome you to the family. You know what I'm saying? That's our social tag, TikTok. I believe, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm glad you asked me. I gotta change my TikTok tag. It is Country 843, but I'm gonna change that to Superstar Country because we're speaking that into existence. Affirmations.
Right. We're seeing it. That's what it is.
Heat of the Night out right now. The Graduation out right now. Rise to Elevate out right now. Shout to Frank. Shout to the team. And the next project, Synchronic. I'm telling y'all right now, we going to we going to a alternate universe. I want to say we going to the future, but I don't, but it's done. Yeah. It's done.
Yeah, I can't wait for this one.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm feeling so groovy. What I might do, I might give you a link so you can listen to it, and I want y'all opinion on the next song and focus record that y'all can give it to my tastemakers.
Yeah, no, and then if you should definitely keep doing the movie thing, because I feel like, hear me out, I know it sounds weird, if you do like maybe 3 or 4 more of those, you're gonna have a bunch of people doing movie stuff, and guess who started it? Guess who started it?
But it's, but actually we do. I got for one of the songs, The System, I just sent them boy a deposit so we can put this one together. It's gonna be another video, but it's gonna be a short film in that video for the song. and it's basically gonna be how me and Grown met. Somewhat my trials and
Y'all
tribulations
deserve that,
a little
man.
bit,
Yeah.
so you know.
Cause y'all are like, and not trying to sound weird, like I feel like me and Frank are like, and y'all.
You gotta have. I ain't gonna lie.
I
love Grown. Like I ain't gonna lie, but and I'm pretty sure like y'all relationship, it only got stronger from the work y'all put in.
That,
you know
no,
what I'm
that's
saying?
a fact, bro.
So it's like before you get to personal, it's best that we did some kind of business, and then that only came from me recording over there. I'm going back and forth. I put the time in, me believing in him, he believing in me, investing time wise, money wise. So it's
being
like,
open-minded.
You know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest thing. I really
open-minded.
listen to what Grown said. He said that a lot. Like a lot of artists don't listen. So it's like whatever he want to do, I'm with it. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I tried not listening.
And he loves you, man. Like he really genuinely loves you. Like he.
Shout out my Bubba Grown.
You know what I'm saying? It's hard to find that combo and that.
I'm grateful. I'm so grateful for it to have somebody goddamn on the squad with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Gonna die about this shit.
No, that's the same thing, bro. Like we really do. This is it. It's all or nothing. So that leads me with the last thing, though, man. How do you wake up every single day and be country?
I wake up and I say. Every day in every way I get better and better. I am great. I am a wealthy international superstar. I will provide. That's on my sticky notes on my joint. I look at those, read those. I get extremely gassy. I think about stuff. I write it down on my board. I check it off. I get grounded. That's the biggest thing. I get grounded. And I listen to positive music. So I listen to a lot of old school music too. Shout out to The Groove. I think that's channel 50 on XM radio. The Groove.
Okay, yeah.
But that was a lot of practice to what I'm doing now. It's like all that was leading me to where I'm at now. So and I eat right, so I drink a lot of fruit. I do drink my fruit. That's the real water. I eat a lot of fruit.
What's it called? Bogey juice or what was it?
Smash Fruit.
Smash
Shout out to Smash Fruit. Smash Fruit pushing the health movement. He got he put me on this King powder shit. It's like some horny goat weed. That shit's so nasty, but it's some real natural herb shit. I boil some water, pour that in the morning, have a glass at night. But I try to I ain't gonna lie, I might only have one meal a day, one big meal, but during the day I'm fruiting it and juicing it, get my real shit, and I have one, you know what I'm saying? But that's how
we don't really, and I don't mean to bring it up, but we don't have to be eating.
You don't gotta be that 3 times a day. Like I ain't gonna lie,
that's American stuff.
You're definitely sleeping throughout. You're fucking sleeping, and you feeling groggy. You eating 3 times and heavy shit. Like especially if you starting off heavy. Yeah. You starting off that grits, eggs, and you got. I would want to go lay down. I'm going to lay down if I do that shit. But some good fruit and some drinking and having discipline
periodically, and then you get towards like 5, 6, 7, 8, then you get that one good meal, and
it's like it's really supposed to be. You're supposed to either eat and drink with the sunrise and as it falls, or at 12, like once you're done, you know what I mean, your body's regulated now you can start to drink and eat some shit and go crazy. But that's a whole nother thing.
No, that's another interview.
That's for some other folks.
Yeah. And I just had to talk about it. It's beautiful, man. But that's why you're unique, and that's why you're one of the best artists in Charleston. And I want to say it because God, he did. No, but you know what I mean. I really just want to give you your flowers, man, because you are onto the international things. But like, I want to wait until you actually do more accolades and all that to actually be like, you're the best artist in the whole world. You know what I mean? Because I don't want people to think I'm really capping, because I already feel it in you. You know what I mean? Like, I really appreciate the fact that you're saying superstar country, because you're not settling yourself for low.
Nah,
you know, like that's really cool, bro.
I would have put the international in there, but it would have been too long of a tag.
Yeah, no, it's cool, bro. I love that, man. I'm all about manifestation. But again, thank you. Interview 78, got my boy Country, and you know, most importantly, guys, stay true to yourself, and the only way to achieve your dreams is through you. No one else is going to do it. You got to get up every single day, and you got to grind harder than you did yesterday, the day before, and the day after that. Love you guys. Make sure you guys tap in with my boy Country. Stay true to yourself. Peace.
Stay true.